Welcome, ladies. I am so thrilled that we are having a celebration. And what a celebration it is. I'm just going to share a little bit about the vision and why we are here and what we're doing and who the women are that are coming together. And just a couple little celebrations. We have 2.6 thousand views on the magazines now. We are getting about 100 views per day on this magazine. And, if you haven't heard, I kind of flipped the script. I am not doing things the way that normal businesses do things, because usually you have a subscription link and everybody has to sign in, then it goes to their email. I don't know about you, but I am tired of that system. And when I want something, I want it now. And so that's what we're doing, is just giving the magazine to the ladies. My goal is to get that magazine in as many women's hands as possible so they can take a brave step, so they can discover something beautiful about themselves, so they can get your encouragement to take a brave step or take an action that maybe they've been pausing about. And that's really what this is about. It's about celebrating women, about who we are, what we're doing, taking that next step in whatever season of life that you're in. And it's just such a joy to come together and to be able to do that. And you are all leaders. You are women who I call you all my wise friends, because you're women who think about think about things before you speak. You tap into those experiences, and you glean from those and share those with other women, those experiences that you've had. Um, if you listen to any of the podcasts that I've done with you ladies, there's these little golden nuggets, these little bursts of brightness, of hope, of inspiration. And that's what it really is. We're creating this influence of inspiration because our world desperately needs it. We need this positivity. And that's what we can give. And I know you're all business women. You all, are doing these fabulous things. But to come from this place of service in this magazine is different. It's different than a lot of other things. And I don't think there's anything else out there like it, to be quite honest, where you have these little 10-minute resources or 5-minute reflections that you can pop into and just discover something about yourself, or get that little bit of hope or inspiration for the day. So I'm so excited to be here. And just a little bit about the vision for all of this. I started walking into a new season of life. I'm in my 60s, and I just wanted to have a different perspective on life and what can we offer. And I could be retired, but I decided that this was my mission, my goal, my inspiration, and it fills me up as much as I hope that it fills other women up too. To be able to be that resource mentor, that woman who comes alongside somebody else and just gives them this little gift of a resource, in the magazine. And it's really about honoring and celebrating women. That's what we're here for, is to just really take a moment and honor who we are becoming and celebrating that. And that just brings me such joy to be able to do that. And my goal, I am not a coach. I am not a community. I'm not having a membership of a community. I am bringing together women to celebrate other women and to bring these resources into the hands of women who need it. And that's what we are. I create spaces to celebrate women. We have other women here who are coaches, who create communities, who can help guide you in your business or create other spaces for you to show up. And that is what we're going to do next here. I just want to introduce Debbie Prediger, and she has come alongside of us. She is a community leader. She is bringing space. She has spaces for you to show up and to grow in your business and in whatever that looks like. So I love bringing these communities together, and we are going to be bringing other communities and community leaders together too. But I see all of you as leaders. We are bringing together women who really are leaders, but a specific type of leader. And it's that woman who inspires that hope. So Debbie, I would love for you to just pop on here and say a couple words and
Well,
say hello.
yeah, hello everyone. What an honor to be in the room with all of these extraordinary women. And I do believe every one of us is leaders. In fact, I believe leaders, that's a term that can be used loosely, and it can also be used as an authority of like, I'm the leader. And I don't believe that we stand at the top and say, I'm the leader. We actually stand with people and say, let's go together. And that's what a real leader is. And so, Karen, what a beautiful introduction and vision for what you're doing. And when you said I'm not a coach, I was like, well, you're coaching people every day, because my definition of a coach is a guide or a mentor, somebody that's actually leading people towards something, towards a vision, towards a mission, towards taking steps and to choosing yourself in that vision. And so, what an opportunity. I am a coach and a mentor. I am also a leader of leaders, and I absolutely love building community. It's been something that's taken me a little while to realize was valuable enough to add a dollar to it. I was making money in offers and consulting and services, but I wasn't actually monetizing or leveraging how good I am at building community. And so that took me a little bit of time to come into, often people say your easiest gift is something you overlook. And it wasn't until people constantly were telling me that the energy you bring to community, Debbie, is something we value. When you come into our community, we always just value that so much. And I thought, wow, I kind of think that's kind of low-hanging fruit that I'm not actually stepping into or claiming as my gift. And so now I do. But I also really, my goal is always to help people feel seen and heard and valued. And so strategy and connecting heart-centered leaders together and building out the strategy on one end and the alignment on the other. Like, are you truly living into all of your gifts and receiving all that is available for you as a beautiful heart-centered leader? And so building out stages, building out experiences, building out collaborative opportunities is something that I love to do. And so, of course, you can understand why I just was in awe when I find Karen. And did anybody else feel like, wow, what a beautiful opportunity to come in and be part of a magazine. Oh, but I get a podcast. Oh, but I get it on a website. And it was just almost too good to be true. And sitting with Karen over and over and over again, I love she said it today earlier, is that that's the real reason. It's that I want to serve women. I don't want women to be the best kept secret. I want to share their voices and their stories. And so there's all sorts of ways in which we can do that. Karen is doing it. Like, what an add on to my business. What a value add to what I'm already doing, because she's helping people create these resources that then we can get out into the world as that glad to meet you introduction. Here's who I am. Here's what I do. Here's why I believe in it. And she does it in written form, in visual, because her graphics are amazing, and then the podcast. And so you're the real deal, Karen, and you've brought it all together. And I'm so glad to be introduced to you.
Oh, thank you, Debbie. I so appreciate you. And ladies, as we get to know each other, what a great way to tap into other communities. My part of my vision of this is not just to bring resources to women and to get it into their hands, to really highlight you as the resource mentors, but really to create spheres of influence. That's one of my questions is, how can we come together of women of influence and tap into each other's spheres of influence because you each have these little circles of influence, and how can we bring that together and as communities, and so tapping into other communities. Our June issue is going to be with Carol Dockham and Beautiful Faces Going Places Success Network, and tapping into her community and these other communities. Gen B has a community, all these different women, and what is that going to look like? So we can connect through the power of our stories and through the resources that you bring to these women. And so that is a bit of my vision, my vision to go forward. We are global. We are in the podcast is the top 10% globally, according to one source. We have women. Thank you to Debbie Prediger and her network that we are, we've got a woman in Amsterdam in the magazine, in South Africa. The magazine has now, according to our stats, is hit 17 countries. I don't even know how it's getting out there. I just keep putting the link out there, and as you ladies are too. And that's one of the things too. So many of you I went and looked, had women who congratulated you. I will tell you, most of those ladies probably have not looked at the magazine yet. What I would do, and I sent an email, and I'll resend it out to you as a reminder. There's a direct link now. Maybe go back and say, hey, you know what? We have a direct link. You don't need to give your email. Just give this, take a peek. This is for you today. This is a gift, and connect with those ladies, because it's also an opportunity for you to build that relationship with those ladies. So that's just a little tip for today. And if you need any help or you need a graphic, please reach out to me. We did redesign the cover of the magazine, and the reason I did that, it's called the Being Brave Tour now, and I'm going to be trademarking that. I discovered after some time, after some additional research, that Brave was already being used within a community. It wasn't a public magazine. It was within a community. So it took me a while to find that. But she had it for like, quite a few years. And so I wanted to respect somebody else's work that they had done. And so that's why I changed the name of the magazine. So now we're aligned through it's a Being Brave Tour movement to the Being Brave Tour magazine and podcast. So it's all aligned. So I will be redoing some graphics. I am a team of one. So it does take me a little bit of time to update everything. And I will be getting some new graphics to you in a bit of time. There's also some of you, the Be Extraordinary Women issue. You are all up on the website now, at www.favelifestyles.app. We are getting about 350 views per month on that website. I am not currently updated as an app, but we are a website. And that's where you can find your resource as well. And the other issues I will be getting up as we go forward too. I just want to give a couple shout outs. Lynn is here with us. Lynn Johnson, thank you for joining us. And I just want to give a really big hug and celebrate her, because she is coming alongside. She's volunteering her time to help me out. She's doing some editing for me, because we need to have another set of eyes when we're publishing. It takes a lot of coordination to make it all work, and she is coming alongside. So I just want to thank her. So thank you, Lynn, giving you a big hug. And yes, and I also going to do a quick shout out and celebrate. If you have not met Brenda Reese yet, we did a live stream this week. Brenda has been with me for quite some time. She has followed and supported me all along. She was a book sponsor. She has become a sponsor of this movement. And if you have a chance to meet her, she is quite a lady. She works a lot with forgiveness. She has taken me through many, many of my stories and helped me find a positive way through a lot of really difficult situations. And she is very experienced in what she does. And so she is just a delight. So if you have a chance to meet her, reach out to her. And now, so the rest of that time here, what I would like to do is I'm going to post some questions so you know what they are. Let's talk about you. And let's see, let me just get these for you real quick. Sorry, I'm not super talented at multitasking anymore. Those are the questions. It's time to share. And then after we do our share, I'm just going to go over a couple housekeeping things of how else you can participate and use the social media spaces that we have. And so we're going to just pop around, and you can introduce yourself real quickly, and let's just do one question at a time. So we'll kind of go around robin, and we'll go around robin again, and I'll just call your name. And so just introduce yourself real quickly, 30 seconds, and what's one thing that you're celebrating. So I'm going to start with Debbie, and then we'll go to Carol.
Well, I am celebrating that my brand new podcast launches.
Woo!
The website launches today, and the podcast will come next week. I'm just waiting for that last little minute of editing production. So I'm super excited for that. And it is called the Shine Leadership Advantage. I have a Shine framework. I have Shine mentors. I have all of these people that facilitate and speak about this. And it was time to bring in the corporate facilitation part of it. And so that is happening.
Wow. And I know it takes a lot to get it up and running a little bit, but and so congratulations. That's really, really exceptional. And just a little tip. So make sure you, ladies, if you all, and this is with the Being Brave Tour podcast too, the way it works, Apple is key. So if you have an iPhone, go to Debbie's, go to mine, go to Lori Hardy's, all these ladies who have podcasts on your iPhone, go to the homepage of the podcast, not the episodes, the homepage, scroll down and hit those 5 stars, um, because that will generate Apple getting the podcast out. And that's how it works. So if you could go do that, you can go do it multiple times. You can hit those stars. And yes, yes, absolutely. And if everybody went and did that today, that would launch her podcast. So especially when they get a whole bunch in one day, a friend of mine, they had like 20 people go hit the stars in one day, and it launched it to like 2,000 views. So yeah, those little things matter. And so Spotify, not as much. It's all Apple. So that's how it gets
Debbie,
out
can you
there.
throw your podcast title in the chat?
Yes, and please, if you haven't done it for the Being Brave tour, please go do that too. That's what all of our ladies are being interviewed on. And so yes, and Carol, you are up next. Tell us a little bit about you in 30 seconds and what you're celebrating.
Hey, hi everyone. Nice to see everyone and meet new people. Yes, I'm Carol Pilkington. I'm a spiritual and metaphysical teacher. I work with people that are having obstacles to being present, and I work with them to move through that so that they can live with joy, presence, and purpose and meaning. And what I'm celebrating is this year, I'm really going to be all out on doing products, resources, and putting those up on my website. So I'm taking a little bit of a different tack on my business so that I can make more residual income.
Excellent. Way to go. I love it. Yes.
Thank
And
you.
Carmen, you are up next, and then we'll go to Sharon.
Hi there. Excuse my voice too. I'm not feeling very well, but um, I am calling in from Pennsylvania, as we talked about, and I create spaces for women to feel free to be themselves. Um, and I do this in different ways. One is I have a soul love circle,
Mm.
where we use journaling and just different creative activities and conversation. That's a super safe space. And just being in that safety and in that full acceptance, um, people get to feel like they can feel free, right, to be themselves. And that opens up all the possibilities. What I'm excited about right now is I am an author as well and an artist. And I recently figured out what the end of my book is that I'm working on. So that is making the work on it much clearer. And I'm excited about finishing that this year.
Fabulous. Thanks for sharing. And Sharon. Oh, whoops, we can't hear you.
There, I was trying to find the unmute button. My name is Sharon Maureen Hockenberry. I go by Sharon Maureen. I'm a life coach and a wellness consultant. And I am excited because I got my little 2013 Ford Transit van. It's been on my vision board for a year to get a van. And I'm going mobile with my apothecary and my consulting and wellness services. And I feel and I'm going to cheat. It'll be a camping van on the side. So I'm just really can't even tell you the joy and gratitude I feel right now for this dream coming true.
I know that dream. I know you've been talking about this for a bit, and to see it come to fruition is just beautiful. So congratulations.
Can I share something real quick? So I've been looking at these little transit vans. So like I said, it's 2013. They're all white. And my theme is peacock is my spirit animal, and blue, turquoise blue. I have a turquoise blue Prius, and one of them came up on Marketplace and it's blue.
Oh,
So Yeah, it's a really cheap Mako job, so I have to do some work on it, but it's blue. So I'm so excited.
Way to go. Yeah, that is exciting. It's, sometimes it's those little things
Oh,
that just make you go do a little happy dance or give yourself a hug or like, woo,
it's God winks. It reminds us that
Mm,
everything is perfectly aligned when we align with the divine. So
yeah,
I'm very
absolutely.
thankful.
Yes. And Lori, you are up next, and then we'll go to Ashley.
Hi, I'm Lori Siebert. I'm a relationship development specialist with about 30 years in corporate. I have launched just recently, and this is what I'm celebrating. And Karen, thank you so much for being by my side in all of this. I wrote a book recently about how to take our understanding of relationships and realize that it's not near as complex as we tend to make it. There's a very simple recipe, and we call it the cater theory. So,
Mhm.
just like you would cater a dinner party if you want everyone to have an excellent experience, if we take that little bit of mindfulness and put it into our relationships, we can have a very positive experience for everyone. So it's called, my book launched a few weeks ago. We hit number 1 in 2 different categories during launch. It's called The Cater Theory, CATR theory, the 4 legs of successful personal and professional relationships. It's not rocket science.
Mm,
So being able to get out into the world and actually work with executives and corporate teams so
mhm.
that we can help transform toxic culture to be healthy and vibrant. And we know that when people embrace those learnings, if they can do it at work, they can also do it at home, and it carries over. And that's how we create the ripples of goodness in the world, so that we can build connection during this time of division.
Yeah, creating those ripples of goodness. There we go, girls. That is one of the themes here today, and celebrating these beautiful ladies. And thank you, Lori. And we'll go to Ashley, and then we'll go to Lauren, and then Yvonne and Whitney.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Karen. I'm Ashley Borromeo. It's an honor to stand here and look at all these amazing women. I can tell you're all powerhouses for those of you that are new to me. And for everybody that I do know, just to celebrate with you guys these wins, Debbie and Carmen and Carol, this is such exciting stuff to have clarity. It's just really, really exciting. So, what I'm celebrating currently, right this second, is a sleeping baby and being able to be here present with you guys. But no, I'm doing a movement challenge, if you will, for 30 days inside of my community, and it's going
Ooh,
phenomenally. Carol is in it. Debbie is in it. Debbie, I'm getting ready to check in with you. But everybody is moving and grooving, and we have people who are building consistency for the first time in their life. They haven't missed a day. And moving consistently, and that lines up perfectly with my resource that I've shared with you, Karen, and it fuels me beyond belief. And I'm also celebrating living alive and aligned. That's the name of my own coaching program, but living it myself, it's always for us first, right? Everything we do is for us first. And I just really feel at peace in every area of my life right now. So I'm celebrating that for sure.
yeah.
So yeah. So all the good stuff, but mostly more and more and more people moving. I'm like,
Yes.
that's my mission, and that's me living in my purpose. So yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to celebrate Ashley because she has 149 clicks from her link on the magazine.
There's more than that now. I'll go look at the number before we're done.
Yeah.
I'll share it.
And I shared, actually, Ashley, I have to share this with you. I shared with a little 4-year-old yesterday the tap step. I asked her because I knew she danced. I said, "Do you dance?" And she goes, "Yes, I dance." I said, "Do you want to learn a new step?"
I love it so much.
And she's looking at me, and I'm doing my little tap step out there. And Yvonne will appreciate this because she does a lot of playfulness. And we had a conversation about that the other day. And that's what this is, that it's just playful. It's just fun. And it's for the heck of it. And it's to move. And by the way, it might also help you with if not getting dementia one day too. So there we go. All right. And Lauren, you are up next. And then we'll go to Yvonne.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren. I live in Boulder, Colorado. I am a boudoir photographer, and I am extreme. Oh, thank you. I like this. I'm very passionate about what I do because boudoir changed my own life. So I didn't grow up with any confidence at all. I always looked at myself really negatively in the mirror. I didn't fit in any friend groups. I just was like an awkward kid. And I did a boudoir shoot 11 years ago that totally changed my own life and the way that I see myself today. So I'm very passionate about it. It's so empowering and it really lights up my soul. The name of my business is High Heels Photography, but heels is spelled like healing. It's a play on words because boudoir healed me. So I love what I do. And I'm just celebrating growing my business. I'm just started year 3 and I'm just really watching myself grow significantly. And it's really exciting to see. I was at a boudoir conference in Vegas last week and I booked 3 clients while I was gone. And I just, every time I get on a plane and leave town, I feel like I book clients and it's just it's really exciting to see just my growth over the last couple years. So that's what I'm celebrating. And I'm very excited to be here. So thank you for having me.
Yes, yes, it's exciting. So the next issue, the April 30th launch, is about choices in life, about choices in aging. And Lauren is part of that. And Lori Thiebert and Yvonne and Carmen as Carmen, were you okay, like I'm totally spacing everybody's issues. So we have, I mean, each issue is just so packed full of goodness that yeah, but anyway, we'll move on. And Yvonne, you were up next, and then Whitney.
Hello. I'm Yvonne Marchese, and I am an age agitator, play instigator, and a believer in do-overs. I have a podcast called the Late Bloomer Living Podcast, and it's all about that. It's rethinking aging and the idea of just getting curious and exploring what is next instead of just settling into the idea that it's all over after a certain age. So that's what I do. That's my jam. And I am celebrating being here today. I'm celebrating very soon, in February, not in February, in April, I'm heading to Santa Fe for a women's conference with, it's called the Quest Conference, and where I get to be an AHA storyteller, and I'm photographing the entire event as the official photographer. So I'm excited to go be part of that, and I'm getting my story ready in the meantime.
Well, that is so exciting and so much goodness happening. Yeah. And so ladies, if you have a podcast, yeah, give us the link so we can, go give some love on all of those podcasts as well. And let's see that it all moved around. Whitney, you are next. I think, is that the last person? Did I get everybody else? I don't know if Wendy.
Hello. Sorry, I do not have my picture on right now. I am driving
Okay, no
and
worries.
I'm driving between patients. And my phone has already fallen a couple times, so I don't think my my photo would be great. You'll see like my feet. So
No worries. Just share
but
what you would like to celebrate and introduce yourself.
perfect. Yeah. So I am Dr. Whitney Sipple. I am a women's health physical therapist. I'm a pelvic floor PT. I've been a pelvic floor PT for 15 years. I have my own practices. I just recently moved to the upstate of South Carolina, but I have had a practice in Orange County, California for the last 12 years. And so I keep flying back to California while
Wow.
I am building a practice in South Carolina. So I'm very busy. But what I'm celebrating is I am launching my first like full course. I teach all the time for all sorts of different like women's groups and stuff. But I'm doing an online course specifically for the changes that happen during perimenopause and menopause for the pelvic floor. And I'm just excited. It's going to be a 6-week class and I hope it goes great. I really love educating. So I know the content's going to be great and it's then going to be about just getting, I know I've interviewed a lot of my patients about different things that they want to see in the class. And so I'm excited for that.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, ladies. And while I have a moment, let's take a picture. And so if everybody wants to smile, and let me just do a screenshot. 1, 2, 3. Yay! All right. Okay. We have to document these moments. And so thank you for all for sharing. And then we're going to move on because I want to give everybody a chance to also, um, I would like, because you are also helping to shape this movement. So this is all brand new. I don't know if you know that I just started this all in July. So I had closed my doors to the biz society that I was running and went full time into this. And I just love the way it's growing. It's coming together. You're coming together as leaders. And so where we are today is also we've got the magazine, we've got the podcast. If you have not signed up for a podcast interview, you can do that with me, and we'll walk through your resource, and that will go. It's live streamed and it goes onto a podcast. So we have multiple ways to view that and to hear and listen and all those kind of good things. The other, before we go into our next topic, just a couple housekeeping things. The other spaces that you can show up. So there is I have two communities on Facebook. One of them is called Celebrating Midlife Women, Inspiration, that type of stuff. That is a place where you can go anytime and give inspiration. You can share your resource or give encouragement, inspiration, celebration. Celebrate your fellow women in your community. You can do links, but it's not a place for business promotion. It's not a place for your events unless it's some kind of encouragement. It's really a place to lift people up. What I would like in both of these groups is that you say that you are a resource mentor. You can do hashtag Being Brave Tour, hashtag Resource Mentor. So people know who you are and why you're coming there, and that, hey, and you can put the link to your resource of the magazine and go, hey, here's encouragement today. Go check out my resource in the magazine. I've been featured, or whatever that looks like for you. Anytime you can go live. You can share something that you have from your other page, whatever that looks like for you. The other page that I currently have open is the Fave Biz Society. That's the page you can go promote your business, promote your events, all that kind of good stuff. Put your links. You can go live. You can do whatever you want in there. That's a business place. So if you have a new offer, you have something, whatever that looks like. It's a little bit smaller group. The bigger group is the Celebrate group. And so those are two places that you can go and be seen anytime. And then the other thing that would like to just bring to your attention too, and this is where we will be going, the rhythm of this community. What is this going to look like going forward? Besides the magazine, the podcast, we have an opportunity to show up in many different ways. And I don't want to overburden anyone, but this is, if you would like, we are going to have panels, and it's going to be on topics. So that's what I'd be thinking right now. What is a topic that you would like to bring to the table? And we'll have that topic, and then we'll have a place for women to sign up to be a part of that. So we'll have like myself and then 3 other women on the panel, and we'll just do a kind of a round robin topic. Bring your wisdom to the table, if you will, and things that are important to women. Whether that's feeling invisible, your identity, relationships, our health, menopause, that time, how many, who's talking about that pelvic floor? Not many, but I will tell you, I've worked with a PT person on that, and it works, and it changes your life. What are some of those things that, we have to move as we age? What are our choices in life? All those different things. How can we be playful? What does that look like for women? So just be thinking right now what that might look like. So we will have what I see going forward is not just the podcast interviews of women walking through their resources, the stories, but these panels as well. And stories, of course, because the stories are what give us that wisdom and that hope, and drive some of our resources, if you will. So those are kind of some of the areas that we'll be developing as we go forward. So let's just pop around real quick and see what a topic might be that you would want to bring to the table. So Debbie, I'm going to start with you.
Well, I'm just excited. Sorry, I can't keep my excitement down. That panels is my jam because I just know so many people. And so for me, I think that mental health and handling emotional stress
Oh,
is a big thing right now.
yeah.
People understanding when they're swirling in overwhelm and confusion and crisis versus like coming back and feeling centered and held and supported.
Mm, yes, and I love what you just said, that you feel held.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We can swirl in the insecurities and the fears and all those things, and that emotional stress. That is a good one. All right, thank you. And Carol, does something come to mind?
Well, I really like what Debbie said too. I do specialize in working with people that are going through anxiety, depression, and grief and loss. And so it would be, and what I do with regards to completing cycles of action, communication, all of that, and the components of completing cycles of action would be a really wonderful thing to tap into, and how language changes our world.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Language changes our world. Love that. Yeah. And Lori Thiebert, how about you?
Just to build on that, actually, with what both Debbie and Carol were mentioning, is relational intelligence,
Ooh.
how to build bridges in this time of division. And those building the bridges, it's not only with other people, it's with ourselves as well,
Mm,
and within the community and within our world. It's the
mhm,
same tools that we learn in one that can carry over into the other aspects as well.
mhm. Absolutely. I love
And
that. Building
and to
bridges.
your and to your point, Carol, it all starts with communication.
Yeah. Yeah. Love it. And Ashley, how about you?
Well, first thing that came to mind is, of course, movement.
Yeah.
But not just movement as in like um, moving our body, but the impact of what that does. I think knowledge is power for all of us in all of the areas of
Mhm.
what we teach. Sorry, I don't know if everybody is hearing the beeping. I have everything closed, but my Facebook Messenger
Mhm.
keeps like beeping, and it's Mary Lise about this community. So she's with us in energy, just as everybody knows. I
Okay.
haven't opened up the thread, but it's going. It's going wild. So I apologize for the beeping. I thought I had it closed, but movement in the knowledge of it, like going deeper to the fact that everyone desires more movement in our lives. We all do. I mean, everybody wants to move more and have more energy and be more flexible and be more balanced and all of that. But even going deeper as to if we can get clear on why, I think this is always, again, for all of us, we all probably coach the same way. I don't know why it won't stop beeping.
I'm
Um,
sorry. It might be mine too. Sorry
oh,
about that. I don't know how to turn it off.
okay, it might be yours, and that makes me really happy because I'm over here a distraction to you, Karen.
I'm sorry.
My
Well, you
Facebook
said that
was
in
open
my-
though, and I closed
Right?
it, and I thought it was me.
Okay, I got to figure out. I have a note here how to close the beeping.
Go team! I love this. We're learning all together. When you figure it out, let me know too.
Okay, yeah, sounds great.
But movement, and then also this, I use a very simple tool with music that really helps people, and it's changing
Ooh.
lives in our community. And it's this super simple M&M. I call it M&M equals M. So M plus M equals M. Music plus movement equals magic. It's very simple. Everyone can do it. You don't need to have skills. It doesn't need to be like train dancing. Could definitely talk about music and movement. And then the last thing that came to mind was playfulness. So I think a majority of your community is it's like 50 and over, or what is is it okay? So I'm 41 and I'm very much obviously in the thick of with kids right now. The audience majority might be more on the other side, empty nesters and grandchildren and all of that. But I think along the journey, doesn't matter if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, we forget how to play. And so many people say, like, I wish I could play and just like connect in that way without it being absolutely exhausting. And I know that I can bring that element back because it's
Yeah.
fun. So
Yeah, that's going to be a thing going forward, as that's a big thing for Yvonne.
yeah,
And
I got
yeah,
that, Yvonne. I
yeah,
heard that. I
yeah,
heard that.
yeah, yeah, Ovid, yeah, that's great. And Lauren,
Mm. For me, I like to talk about how confidence is a muscle that you have to work out. I truly think that most people on this earth struggle with confidence issues, even if you look at someone and you don't think that they struggle with confidence issues. In my experience, most people do. And just those little mindset shifts that we can make to help shift our confidence, and just that the words we say to ourselves are the most powerful words that we'll ever hear. And even just kind of shifting, you know, your own words of like, well, that was stupid. Like your subconscious takes those things in. And we have to be very mindful of the way that we look at ourselves and talk about ourselves to ourselves, and how
Mhm.
that affects our confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that's great. We're going to move to Yvonne and then Whitney and Sharon, and then I'll share. I see Debbie's asking me too what I would bring to the table. So I'm going to think something popped into my head too. Yvonne, how about you?
Well, you know it's play.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing is most people think that play is frivolous and it's a nice to have, and some people don't even think that they are playful or it's a waste of time, I'm too busy, all these things that go in. It's a very loaded word. And I think it ties into what Debbie and Carol were saying about mental health. It can be an access point to finding joy in moments, and it does require a
Mm,
safe space. You can't just be playful in the middle of feeling anxious or frightened about something. So there's in order to access playfulness, we have to tap into a little bit of self-care and just giving ourselves space and grace to exist first, and
mhm.
but allowing time for play and allowing for the possibility of our work being playful, and how do we be experimental and curious. Like curiosity is like such a key to all of it.
Yeah, I
I
love that.
go on and on, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. It's all good. I know we could talk on these topics, so they're all great topics. And let's see, Whitney, are you able to pop on or yeah, oh, there we go.
I'm at a gas station.
Oh, we get to see you.
All right. Um, I of course would talk about the pelvic floor, all the things that none of us are ever taught. Like we don't need to pee our pants, no matter how old we are or how many babies we've had. Things like pelvic organ prolapse, pain with intercourse, that's a big one, especially through perimenopause, postmenopause. Yeah, everything pelvic floor.
Yeah, those might be some pretty hot topics there, and not ones that are usually talked about on a live stream.
I I know. Yeah, we gotta get that awareness out there.
So important, Whitney. I have a 96-year-old mother-in-law who had 6 kids, and it is that is the thing. That is her, like, her main health issue is around all that. So it's important what
Yeah.
you're doing.
And it's never too old. I think my oldest patient so far has been 94, and we fixed her urinary incontinence. And a
Oh,
really like sad stat about all of this is the number one reason why women are put into nursing homes is urinary incontinence, something that is preventable and treatable.
oh,
So
oh my
this is
goodness.
not fashion. We need awareness about it.
We do need awareness about it. And so we will do our part in getting the message out there and letting women know they have choices and how they age. And of course, that's our theme for our next magazine. And Sharon, what topic comes top of mind to you?
The topic that comes to my mind is spiritual expression, and
Oh,
that, and what does it look like? And it's not a woo-woo, and that the body is actually designed for spiritual expression. Our brain is wired for it, our heart and gut, and it all comes into what I call the soul song. And that's what does that look like for a woman? And it is playful and it is fun and it is discipline and it is a mingling of our past, our present, and we can influence our future with spiritual expression that's aligned in body, soul, and spirit.
Yes, look at the variety of topics we have to talk about. Isn't this fun? I love getting into it and discovering and all these beautiful things. My topic would be that I would like to bring to the table, and I was challenged about this. Brenda Reese actually challenged me. She said, Karen, you want to celebrate all these women? She goes, how are you celebrating yourself? I'm like, oh, Brenda, I'd rather celebrate everybody else, you know? But in saying that, how are we celebrating ourselves and, you know, giving ourselves a little hug or pat on the back? I actually did that the other day. A lady asked me some questions. I said, you know, I'm giving myself a pat on the back because I stepped out and I was brave, or I made a brave decision. I'm going to celebrate those moments that where I'm becoming this and stepping into my own, and what that looks like, or creating, you know, because we're taught, oh, well, don't, you know, you can't have any focus on you. And, or I was taught that, and not to step out and, you know, just be the support person all the time. But yeah, now I'm celebrating. I'm not just celebrating all of you, but I'm going to celebrate who I am as well. And so I think that might be an interesting topic, because there could be all sorts of thoughts around that. And so, ladies, just as we close out, there was lots of other things we could bring to the table, and we will have more of these. I'll schedule them once a month. I'll put maybe a little poll on what kind of day is best for people, because I know a lot of people take Fridays off, and so we'll try to put it into a time that that people can come and gather. And we'll talk about one of the things that I want to bring to the table for our next celebration and our next gathering is how women of influence, who we are women who inspire, how can we expand that influence and that in our spheres, and what might that look like as leaders of inspiring other women. So that will be our topic for next time, and would love to hear thoughts on how we can come together and expand and get the magazine and your wisdom out into the hands of women. So thank you all for coming. Any parting words at all?
As soon as we stop the recording, I can show you guys how to mute those conversations for future. But
Okay.
This has been beautiful, and thank you all for the contribution. Karen, thank you as always for setting the stage and extending the invitation for us to be in this together, and to lift up others, and to reach out and grab others by the hand to bring them along with us.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen, girlfriend.
Thank you, Karen. This was terrific. Thank all of you. It was great to meet all of you and see you, and Sharon and Lori. Nice to see you guys again.
Yes. All righty, ladies, I'm going to stop the recording and go have a beautiful